Star Citizen 4.4 is right around the corner, and with it, a lot of excitement and concern, because things are going well and not so well, both at the same time. A lot of people are very excited for what is to come here in the near future with Star Citizen 4.4. We're gonna have IAE, Nyx, Levski, and ships. All of that is gonna be here real soon, either on the 19th of November or the 20th when IAE starts. But with this swift approach, people are also voicing their concerns about the initial patch drop. People are worried that it is going to be riddled with bugs, mainly because of the state of the PTU. But hey, I am the biggest bird in the verse, aka FC, and I'd like to welcome everyone who is old and new back to the channel for another video. Today, we're going to be going over that and more in today's episode of Squawk Talk.
There is a future for us. Here as we are, or somewhere else.
I want to start things off by talking about the current affairs of the PTU, because I personally have some concerns about where it currently stands and what is to come in the near future. Currently in Star Citizen 4.4, every single day of the week minus the weekend, there has been a PTU patch update, which has improved the performance of the game. Everything except for Levski and the Glacier Belt Ring. Over the course of the week, we've been receiving patches and updates, fixing some of the issues, fixing the stability issues and memory leak issues. And so far it is working, but I don't think it's ready for what is to come here on either the 19th or the 20th of November when IAE starts. Mainly because there's going to be a huge influx of players playing the game, and then also there's going to be a free fly. This could possibly lead a bad impression onto the game for new people who are coming onto Star Citizen who may not know where to pick a location for their home spawn. They may decide to go with Nyx, and it could still possibly be a buggy mess. Just today, Monday, they released a brand new post on the pipeline talking about a release candidate for 4.4. We know it's coming. We have till Thursday for CAG to get it fixed and running properly and making it be smooth. But from where it currently stands, from after what I've played, it's still very slideshowy, and there's still a lot of issues that is going on in Nyx at Levski. But for the most part, everything outside of Levski, outside of Nyx, is running very proper and smooth. So if you are a new player who is thinking about partaking with the free fly, just be a little careful where you select your home spawn. I don't recommend Nyx because, again, it's still under construction for the most part, and CAG has a lot to do just to make it to run properly. They're running out of time, and they know that they're pushing it. So we should expect to see the patch to be good in a lot of sectors of the game. Orson, Hurston, Microtech, all the regular old stuff, Pyro, all of those places should run properly and just fine. But once you enter that Nyx system, it's gonna be a hell of a lot different. We will have to wait and see what happens when CAG starts applying more PTU updates to the PTU to see what happens. If the stability gets better, when there's player spikes on the PTU, if it is able to hold, we just got to wait and find out and to see what happens, because currently where it sits is not a good place. I am now going to talk about some of the concerns that I have with the upcoming 4.4 patch that is going to drop on the 19th. I don't believe it's ready. There is so much wrong with the current way how the PTU is functioning. It could all change in the next couple days with the continuation of the updates to the PTU, but for right now, it's not in the cards. We also know that there is going to be a free fly. If you look at the pipeline updates, you will know that a lot is about to hit the wall. And like I said earlier, I don't believe it's ready, especially for all of us old players, all the veterans who are probably going to pick Levski as our home spawn, because that's going to be the new content for us, or old content if you will. And we're going to go there, we're going to have some fun, and we're going to, play the game. Hopefully by then it's going to be less buggy, but I have a feeling that CAG is just going to drop the patch and then subsequently fix it along the way before the next patch drops, whatever that is, 4.4.1 or 4.5, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and find out, truthfully, because we do not know. We're just going to have to keep a good eye on CAG to see if they can actually bump up that performance at Levski and at Nyx. because currently the way how it stands, especially with the free fly on its way, it's going to really throttle and hurt the servers because a lot of things can happen during a free fly. If you guys remember the last free fly we had way back during Invictus, there was a data breach of some type where people were getting hacked. There was a lot of hacking going on in the verse, and that was due to people making spoof accounts, and they were able to get in and they were causing havoc. We don't want that to happen again. I do believe CAG does have all of that under wraps, but we just don't know truthfully until something actually happens. So we're gonna have to wait and find out to see what is gonna happen during this IAE, especially when the free fly launches alongside with it. But with my concerns to the side, we can begin talking about IAE. On the PTU, the expo halls run phenomenally, even though it's on Orison, which most people say is a more taxing city to be in. But from my experience, I've had almost no issues whenever I go pay the expo hall a visit. It just runs smooth FPS, almost next to no lag or bugginess at all at the hall, minus seeing some players slideshow around, but that is to be expected with the entity streaming in Star Citizen. I'm curious how it's gonna run once they start putting in the brand new ships. There is, the entire expo hall is going to be all one stationary thing. Right front center is going to be RSI. We're going to see the Perseus. I'm not sure if they're going to throw the Polaris inside the expo hall or put it in its own little area. I don't know. But there's going to be a lot of new ships that are going to be out there on their display cabinets, and hopefully it doesn't bug out the entire thing. For all we know, the Perseus, it could, have some memory leaks in it, since no one's out there flying around and testing it to make sure that it's not buggy. So it may slow down the expo hall just a little bit once the Perseus officially drops on the 20th of November. Alright you guys, I'm gonna need you to chill. Hey, Future Bird here. This video was already made before the leaks dropped. There are a whole bunch of brand new leaks about the Perseus and the brand new Clipper and the L22 Wolf. Stay tuned for later while I talk about those in a future video. But for this one, some of the stuff I say is going to be dated now since the leaks has dropped. Please chill. We all know that the Perseus is on its way and everyone's super excited. But, of me, I'm a little worried about the Perseus. Just like I just mentioned earlier, I believe that it's going to be a bit buggy because no one's been testing it besides the developers. I haven't seen a lick of a word of it being out there anywhere in the verse. There has been no serious hard leaks of the Perseus. Usually whenever a brand new ship is going to drop, they usually post like a little walk around tour of the leak. Nothing has been put out so far about this ship, and that alone worries me because we've had several ships drop into the game that was a buggy mess as soon as they dropped. Remember the Anvil Asgard? When that ship first dropped, it had a lot of issues. They were fixed real quickly, but during its initial drop during Invictus, there were some problems. The Prowler utility also had a few problems with its tractor beam system when it first initially launched as well. So I'm very curious what the problems are going to be for the Perseus. Are the PDCs not going to work? Is the cargo lift going to go up and down too slow, or is it going to get caught on stuff? Or just like the Asgard, its floorboards, if you tried loading any vehicle on it, it would cause it to bounce and flail around. Will the Perseus land properly? I don't know, but as everyone else is, I am excited to see this ship in the verse and to fly it and to destroy some stuff, since this is, in my opinion, a miniature destroyer. Jokes aside, but yeah, I'm excited. There also has been a lot of leaks of what the couple new ships that are coming to Drake, so we know that the Clipper is coming, but there is a secondary ship that's coming as well. And across the internet, across Spectrum, Reddit, and other content creators, they all say that it's going to be a Golem variant. So it is what it is. And then a couple other ships. We also have the Salvation dropping. I've talked about that in depth already. If you guys want to check that video out, I'll link it down below in the description. But there's a lot coming, and I can't wait to see what's going to work and what is not going to work. Some things got me more worried than others, but overall it should be a good event. I'm excited to see what CAG has in store. Maybe they may bring out some old concepts like the Ranger series or the G12 series. I was curious why they put Origin at day 2. Maybe they may bring some old ships that's been worked on, in the past. Like I said, the G12, which is Origin's wheel-based ground vehicle. What if they throw that out there? That would be super exciting, and no one would expect it either. It would just be, a huge curveball. Tomboro, they have these motorcycles called the Rangers. You'd think that'd be very simple for them to put this together, but according to old posts and stuff saying why they haven't released it yet is because they can't get the turning down. You're supposed to lean with it, and since it's a ground-based vehicle, it's a bit more difficult to work on versus a hover bike, which is just the model and then it flying pretty much. There is a lot happening. Again, there's so much excitement around IAE this year, and again, I can't wait to see what works and to see what breaks. On Friday, the tech preview released and it stayed open for the whole weekend, which surprised me. I got in and touched it just a little bit. I accidentally forgot to record any footage, and I learned real quickly that this whole new engineering thing is not to be messed with. Currently, right now, a lot of things are very unbalanced and broken. But what I do know is that you people who are going to want to fly these big, giant ships, Polarises, Idris, Krakens, all them big ships, are going to have problems if you don't got anyone running down below in the bowels being an engineer. From what I've experienced when I playing with randoms and friends, I learned that it's not hard for these ships to go down. Currently in the tech preview, it doesn't take much at all for your ship to blow up just because it's unbalanced and because it's a tech preview. It's nowhere near completion. It's probably not going to be out till probably either February next year. It's in a rough state. What I learned real quickly is that it takes a couple shots to just completely blow up a ship. If someone hyper focuses on one little panel of a ship and if it gets exposed, it'll blow up your ship. If a couple components they overheat or go critical, blows up your ship. There is so much going on with the tech preview that it is going to deter a lot of people from flying these bigger ships because the current way how it sits, it's completely broken. It's a hot mess, and it's definitely going to make everyone rethink the way how they approach the way how they fly, especially with all of the balancing that they're going to have to do when it comes to component management while you're flying with your MFD systems. It's going to be crazy and it's going to be wild. I'm going to sit on the sidelines on this one and watch people talk about it because I don't fly big ships in my own personal case. The biggest ship I own is the Galaxy, and I guess the Perseus would be my next biggest ship after that. Those are my big ships, so they're not even huge in comparison to people who own Polarises and Idrises and Krakens and stuff like that. I'm curious how the 890J is going to react as well too once engineering comes online. It's going to be rough when it first drops, so prepare yourselves for when engineering actually comes into the gameplay. Something else to talk about the tech preview as well is the brand new lighting system. Again, I didn't get no footage of it. I apologize. I'm sorry. They changed the lighting model. And wow, if you guys thought the game was beautiful now, wait till you see some of the videos posted about the tech preview with the new lighting system. Everyone knows that this game is beautiful already. People reference it as a screenshot simulator just because of the amazing visuals you can get. Well, in the tech preview with that brand new lighting system, it just adds an entire atmospheric ambiance to whatever you're doing or wherever you're at. It just looks absolutely amazing and phenomenal. It's crazy. But other than that, I think I'm going to end things here and call it a wrap. This has been another episode of Squawk Talk. I really would like to hear your guys' feedback about what is happening currently and what is to come in the future. Are you guys excited for 4.4, or are you guys like me, worried about what is to come, especially with a free fly coming? Again, like I said during the beginning of the video, I don't believe it's ready, and I think CAG is just going to patch it once it goes live. Their deadline is the 19th. So a lot is going to be happening here in the near future. I'm excited, but I'm also worried. But please, let me know down below in the comments what you guys think, because I'm very curious as well. But you guys already know who it is. I am the biggest bird in the verse, FC, aka Fried Chicken. Big Bird out. And thank you again for coming for another episode of Squawk Talk. Later.